Hi everybody, thanks once again for joining us on the Denison Sports Network. I'm Craig Hicks, and today we're joined by Mike Deegan, head baseball coach of the Denison Big Red, and we're going to preview the 2016 version of the Big Red baseball team, and it's year 4 for you. You're coming off 3 straight winning seasons to start your career here at Denison, and you're already off to a 3-0 start to the 2016 season after getting going over in Indianapolis with a few games. Can you just talk about how excited you are for the start of this season?
Absolutely, Craig. Yes, we're excited. We're looking forward to getting down to Texas this week, but we're a present moment type of program, and so I know it's going to sound like coach speak a little bit, but we inter-squad today, and that to me is incredibly exciting. I mean, we like to get out there and give our guys as many opportunities as they possibly can to show us what they can do, and so we can learn a lot as well. So I'm excited for that, and probably the second thing and what I'm most excited for is to continue to watch the growth of our program. I think a lot of fans, they look at this as the start of our season, but this journey started back in August. And on that journey, we've had we've had some adversity, we've had some good things, we've had some struggle, but all that has led to right now where we have a pretty good team identity. So all that, everything that's to date has led to this point where we are ready to kind of continue to grow and move forward. So I'm excited to watch how our identity continues to move forward into May.
Coach, you mentioned you're going to Texas. It's a little bit different this year. It's not the typical Florida trip or maybe Arizona. You're doing a little bit of a barnstorming tour, it looks like. You're going to be driving to Texas. You're playing at 4 different locations. Going to be on the bus a lot. I got on Google Maps. I'll have to tell you, 2,600 miles you guys are going to be doing on that bus. So just how'd that trip come about, the planning, what's that been like so far?
Yes, it's a great trip, and I guess two big reasons. One of the first things I noticed when we took over this program was that Denison is a national university, and if you look at our roster, it reflects that. So our idea was once every 3 or 4 years to try to get our young men closer to their hometowns. I'm not saying we're going to be in their hometown, but at least make an easier trip for them. So that was where it originally started. Then the second thing is, I think everyone, we around here has heard me say this, that our goal is to compete on a national level. So in order to do that, we've got to continue to surround ourselves with national caliber opponents. And that's what we're going to get in Texas. We're going to get really good teams, and we're going to play some amazing facilities. So from a baseball standpoint, I think this trip's going to be great. We do have to just weather the storm of being on the bus quite a bit.
Now, I hope you packed a lot of DVDs for that.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah. Good. Now, it's been a really abnormal year weather-wise, I think. I mean, we're getting 70-degree weather today. You mentioned you're going to enter squad. What's that been like for the overall confidence of the team, just to be outside on your field early in the year rather than stuck in our indoor facility?
Well, first, when you think about this, we have probably one of the best in the region, if not the best, indoor facilities. So when we're inside, we're able to do a lot of things. But let's not kid ourselves. Being outside gives us a huge advantage. And to get outside, I would be remiss if I didn't say this, but Coach Lindquist, Coach Toth, they spend a lot of time getting that field ready. Guys like Rick Beck in facilities, the physical plant, they allow us the opportunity to get on our field, which has been big for us. And then how it impacts our training staff. Trish Harris, that group, she's had to work really hard in order for us to move practice time around to get out there. But once we got outside and once we've been outside, 2 big things really jumped to my mind. One, the confidence of the players, because you can try to be as mentally tough as you want, but the first time you're outside, it's completely different. So our guys getting to see reps off the fly balls, true reads off balls off bats, infielders getting ground balls off the turf. Those types of things have been really big for us. So our players, they're at a point now where they can just relax and some of that anxiety is gone. And from a coaching staff standpoint, what this allows us to do is it allows us to make our training sessions better. So we're able to more see our strengths and our weaknesses and where we need to improve. In addition, and probably most importantly from a coaching standpoint, it allows us to get a body of work for our players. So right now, for example, after today's scrimmage, I should say, we'll have probably a handful of guys that had 50 plate appearances. So from that, we can make better informed decisions. And we saw this last weekend. We were able to make some moves, some pinch runs, some pinch hit, not just off of a gut reaction, but off of having a little bit of a body of work. So all those things about being outside put us in a better position now than we normally are.
Now, Coach, whenever I look at your roster, I see a lot of youth on this roster, but I also know you've got 6 seniors that have been with you since the start. What's it like, filling out that lineup card and finding that balance between, the veteran leadership and some of this youthful talent that you've brought in?
Sure. I'll just start with our seniors. Those 6 young men are very special to me and to our program. They reflect a foundation of our program, which is being selfless. And that's what those young men, they exhibit that day in and day out. And as long as I'm the head coach, and as long as our program continues to develop, that selflessness is going to be a key component. And if you don't have that amongst your seniors, amongst your leaders, it's tough for that ever to trickle down throughout the ranks. So those young men, I can't say enough about them in that regard. Now, as far as the lineup goes, we keep that pretty simple. We just try to put guys in position to be successful and to make our program successful. So I alluded to this earlier, but we take a lot of time trying to make sure we log every at-bat through the preseason, through scrimmages, through varsity, through JV, and then we just try to make good informed decisions. And I think everyone in our program understands that, and they're looking forward to us trying to do what's best for our program as well. But we have a good blend, seniors, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, that can all help us at some level.
Coach, I'd like to thank you for joining us today for this preview. We're all looking really forward to the season opener. That's March 23rd after you get back from your week in Texas. And just for everybody at home, you can follow us online, DenisonBigRed.com. All of Denison's games will be streamed live over Stretch Internet. So for Mike Deegan, I'm Craig Hicks. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Big Red.